if Lee Priest competed nowadays in 212, do you think you'd stand a chance against him?
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with this off-season physique update from the 212 reigning Olympia champion Keone. Just 4 weeks into that push phase after his gyno surgery, although he took some time off from any type of training for almost 3 to 4 weeks, but the man is bouncing back just so fast. So 226 pounds, which might be the heaviest he has ever been in these past few years. But at the same time, in a great off-season body composition. But this update right here, that isn't the main area of focus here. It is basically Keone's statement that he is gonna be Lee Priest hands down if both these guys competed against each other. And I am talking about in their primes.
But if Lee Priest competed nowadays in 212, do you think you'd stand a chance against him?
No. He wouldn't say it against me, no.
Really? You didn't think you'd have a chance at all?
I have a chance, he won't.
He wouldn't have a chance against you, that's
No.
what I mean.
No.
Why is that?
I'm just better.
And for some reason, that statement triggered so many old school bodybuilding fans. Fact of the matter is, so many people out there have this belief of glorifying the past, and they just cannot accept that some of the talent in the IFBB Pro League right now, in multiple divisions, that is probably the most unique we have ever seen in the entire bodybuilding history. Didn't people agree that Keone, specifically the version from the Olympia 2024, that would beat Andrei in his prime? And if I'm not mistaken, there wasn't a single Miss Olympia where Andrei and Lee Priest, they were on the same stage and Lee was actually able to beat him. That never happened. Andrei always placed above Lee Priest. And I have been following bodybuilding long enough to admit that the fans think that Lee Priest was so outspoken and he wasn't in the good books of the higher-ups in the Pro League. Now that could have been one of the reasons why he did not place higher than Andrei. But the thing is, Sean was probably a more complete bodybuilder, and he was also a very outspoken person. I mean, the man still is. So does the prime of Lee Priest stand a chance against the reigning 212 Olympia champion Keone, especially what we saw at the Olympia last year? Yes, but in just 2 areas. Because we all know Lee Priest undoubtedly had better arms, and that was the case both for the biceps as well as the triceps, and he had way better abs. And that's pretty much it. Everything else, the symmetry, the flow, the aesthetics, the outrageous classic lines, not to mention more separation in the quads, more density in the back, way more ripped hamstrings and glutes, and the list just goes on, where Keone is just head and shoulders above Lee Priest. But what really makes Keone so damn special and so unique are his unreal proportions. He has the ability to make guys look so narrow when they stand next to him, especially when he opens up for the front double biceps shot. And let me clarify one thing. This is coming from a huge Lee Priest fan myself, and I have always been a huge fan of Lee's physique from his prime. But I don't see any disrespect in Keone's statement that he was just better than Lee Priest, especially at the Olympia last year. So what did you guys think? The physique that Keone presented last year at the Olympia, that in my opinion, that is probably the greatest 212 physique of all time. Let me know what you guys think, and feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Guys, Mr. Olympia Signature Series is now live on Hosstile.com. Use the code FAZI10 to get 10% discount, and click the arrow below to check out all the Hosstile products. This right here is the best bag in the men's open bodybuilding right now, or in the entire bodybuilding at the moment, and there is just no argument about that. So Derek Lunsford, the 2023 Mr. Olympia champion, smashing another back workout and getting a day and a step closer to stepping on that Arnold stage. And for those of you guys who do not know, this is gonna be his first time on the Arnold stage, and this is like a redemption arc for Derek. And for him to win this show, he's gonna have to show up way better with a very dominant back, just like he did back in 2023, and win that back double biceps and the back lat spread very convincingly over guys like Samson and Andrew Jacked. Because this is exactly what did not happen at the Olympia last year. Although Derek had this mindset that it is gonna be lights out from the back, and I distinctively remember him saying those words at the Olympia press conference last year, but that just wasn't the case. So this video right here, that has taken 6 weeks out of the show, and we can all see that insane conditioning and detail of Derek. And it is no wonder why Chris is letting him have all those refeeds so close to the show, and he waited so long to start that cardio process for Derek. So no matter what people say, he seemed so satisfied with the training sessions that he had with Fabrico for 2 weeks or so. And I will say it again, a former Miss Olympia who is just 31 years old and is also very driven, him winning this upcoming Arnold, that isn't gonna be an upset. Anything can happen in bodybuilding, and Derek himself will tell you that they had it locked in a few weeks before the Olympia last year, before they started pushing down too hard to get that extra 5%, and that just totally backfired, and he ended up looking 20% worse. Guys, Gorilla Wear is offering a massive discount of up to 70% right now. Use the code Fazi10 to get 10% extra discount. Next up is the physique update from the mutant Nick Walker, hitting his trademark most muscular. And it just took one statement from Regan Grimes about beating Nick at the New York Pro, and this is now the talk of the town. So how about this comparison of Nick at 15 weeks out versus Regan at 15 weeks out? And interestingly, both claim to be just a bit over 300 pounds. But the difference is that, and the reason I say why Nick is one of the most muscular guy out there, is the height, where Nick is 5'6" on a good day, while Regan is close to 6 feet tall. And if both these guys step on the stage on that same weight, that just goes to show you the immense muscularity and the freakiness of Nick Walker, and the kind of muscles that he has on his frame. So nothing about both these physiques are similar. And if Regan stands a chance against Nick Walker, it is gonna totally come down to him exposing Nick's flaws, where Nick Walker we all know has a wide waistline, and he doesn't have the aesthetics of a guy like Regan, who is very aesthetic, tall mass monster. But Nick getting harder and more grainier at the same time, and that too at that same weight. For these past few weeks, that is very dangerous for so many people out there, not just Regan, but Martin Fitzwater as well. So it seems like Nick Walker is finding his groove, and everything is clicking very nicely with whatever protocol him and his coach are running right now. Now this was expected to happen, that Nick Walker is gonna get called out. But Regan, who was 9th in the world at his best 2 years ago, that was kind of unexpected. Now I know Nick Walker hasn't shown his best in the last 2 years, but what if he comes in like the Olympia 2022, where he plays top 3? I believe it is gonna be lights out, not just for Regan, but for Martin Fitzwater as well. Even the reigning 2 times men's physique Olympia champion Ryan Terry was extremely impressed with Andrei's current progress, predicting that he's gonna be a force in the men's physique division this year. Now for him to be this big and this lean, and that too at the starting point of his prep, that is just crazy. Now Andrea kind of fell off the track in the past few years because he was top 5 at his Olympia debut back in 2020 when he was working with Hani Wembod. And there was a long period in 2024 when Andrea decided to totally come off all the gear, not even the TRT, to make sure his health markers are back in check. And this time off, that served him well. And as Andrea has been making great progress since coming back on, I believe he is gonna be on the Olympia stage this year, fighting for the top spot again. Now going back and checking some of his pictures, when Andrea stood next to the champion at that time, Brandon Hendrickson, that just goes to show you how big the man was. And he was literally told that his arms are just way too big, and he needs to come down a bit. So this is gonna be a very exciting year for men's physique division, with Brandon Hendrickson coming back, and also Jeremy Bundia having one last go at that Mr. Olympia title. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.